Do you want your granddaughter to grow up showing great promise only to die in a gutter under a bridge alone with a needle in her arm from a heroin overdose? Paint this image in your mind over and over again, knowing the only answer is a definite no. Unfortunately, our children are dying at an astonishing rate, nationwide, and constantly evolving variations of this theme. The horrible fact is young people and old people are experiencing hardships today across the United States, where stress and poor role models lead to hard drug addiction, which hooks them into a downward spiral without ever realizing it's happening. Why? The information provided by the medical industry and others entrusted by society with guidance for wellness and health for the public are falsely leading people into a dark hole of poverty of spirit generated by doublespeak and substance abuse. Since my youth, the message disseminated to me and the people of the United States has been, say no to drugs, and a war on drugs has been declared. This literally translates into a policy of do not buy drugs in the street and a concerted effort to wage a war on common citizens. It tears us apart to know that if you buy amphetamines or opioids from a neighbor, then you're a criminal who can be sent to prison for this criminal behavior. This is the war on drugs that enforces a hard line against drug addicts, drug use, and illicit drug sales. Organized crime and violence surround this entire process where guns, large amounts of money, and gangsterism are glorified through popular media and publicly condemned by formal society at the same time. The justice system is overwhelmed with revolving doors of humans being corralled into bad situations without any true rehabilitation efforts being supported by the government policies. Reentry services for returning citizens are minimal and underfunded nationwide, where only a few benefit and false information is given to unprepared individuals when they are released from incarceration. Factually, justice is now a business where privatized prisons and jails are expanding nationwide, with private entities making profits generated from the incarceration of drug offenders, our neighbors, and our family members, who are all essentially people caught in a sad situation. Think about that, please. Juxtapose now in your mind to the formally accepted drug-affiliated class of people who are at the other end of the spectrum. Remember, just say no, and how about just say yes? Do you think this is crazy to even suggest that taking hard drugs is a good thing and they should be in wide use by people on a regular basis? Do you say addiction to opioids, amphetamines, and other dangerous man-made substances should be acceptable and are not good for people due to their long-term detrimental effects on health and overall wellness? That is a clear truth. Truth. You do not want your granddaughter or grandson to die in a gutter under a bridge alone with a needle in their arm from an overdose. Now, please let me knock on your door. For example, suppose you get injured or have a mental health diagnosis, which many of us do. Do you know someone close to you in physical or mental pain? When this happens, when families, friends, and individuals reach out to professionals for assistance, we ask for help from professionals who are in positions in our culture who are deemed experts by our established leaders to remedy and solve our health problems. And these professionals advocate for and prescribe medicines that can potentially kill you, addict you, and ruin your lives. To those of our fellow neighbors, the drugs prescribed for ailments will in themselves cause new and often worse long-term alterating ailments. Now we have a say yes to drugs society where prescriptions are handed out with no care for the pain and suffering that are handed out with them. And here's how we are in a quandary. Welcome to America. Wake up and do something to solve this problem.